Hello, hope you're having a great day. Now today I've got a ridiculously busy day planned, so I'm forced to compromise a little bit on my morning routine. I woke up at 7:30 and then got out of bed at 7:45. Already had my water, already had my vitamin C, already written in my journal. I had to do a quick 10-minute meditation session, and I don't have time for my walk around the block, and I'm gonna really quickly bang out some exercises. Basically today I'm going to have to jump in my girlfriend Kat's car and go over to my other garages where I store a couple of my cars, remove some parts from one of those cars, then drive back here, jump in my other car. Then I'm going to go and see a friend of mine who's going to be doing some modifications to the parts that I removed from the other car, as well as doing some work on this car. And we was planning to have a barbecue at his place, but then we also got a surprise birthday do to go to this evening, which is back down this way. So yeah, it's going to be a hectic day. Need to hit the ground running to get everything done. So yeah, I'm quickly going to bang out some sit-ups, some push-ups and some squat jumps, then have a really quick cold shower, have some breakfast, and then get on the road and start this manic day. Alright, fast forward into the evening time. Sorry I haven't been checking back in with you, but it has been a manic one. Managed to get the parts removed from my car, as I mentioned earlier. Then we went and saw my friend who had done a couple of jobs for me. And yeah, they actually made us some food, and we had to sort of do the off earlier than we would have liked to, but they understand. And basically we're very soon going to be leaving to go to this surprise party. We're just about on time. But yeah, it has been a manic day. In other news, Johnny and Austin came round earlier and laid the final few slabs on the patio. So it's all done now apart from the grouting. They're going to come back tomorrow and do that. Certainly much better looking out the window to see the patio looking how it should, rather than the eyesore that was left by the Cowboys. Now for some reason all day I've still been thinking about when we went to the second place yesterday, and how, you know, I felt that the filming was a bit rushed because, you know, I didn't want to waste the guys' whole evening. And yeah, I'm sort of a bit worried that when I come to edit the video that it's not going to come out as great as it otherwise could have. Yeah, it's just a little thought in my mind. I know that it's just a thought. I'm not allowing it to overcome me. I know that it's just my mind trying to drag me into the past yesterday and trying to drag me into the future, you know, when I go to edit that video. And I understand that it is just a thought. You know, the past and the future aren't real. The present moment is all that's real. And, you know, I'm fortunate that I am able to sort of draw my attention back to the present moment whenever I do have thoughts that are trying to drag me into future and past. And, you know, it's the daily meditation that kind of trains me for that. Another thought I've been having, obviously, we're going to a party and I don't drink. There's going to be people around me that are drinking. But again, you know, it's just my mind trying to drag me into the future, imagining what it's going to be like to be around people who are drinking when I know that I can't. So again, you know, I'm quite able to bring my attention back to the present moment on whatever I'm doing at the time, rather than allowing my mind to drag me into the future. And look, the way I see it nowadays is I'm not someone that's not allowed to drink. I'm just living a life where I'm trying to be the fittest and healthiest I can be, physically, mentally and spiritually, which automatically means I'm someone that doesn't drink. So, you know, I remember when I've tried to give up drugs and drink in the past, and I've just, you know, always assumed that I'm just never going to be able to go to any parties or anything. And then you watch videos about people that have, you know, been through a long stage of sobriety and they're able to go to parties, and you think, yeah, no, if I'm ever realistically going to stop doing drinking drugs, I'm going to have to always stay away from social events. And, you know, I'm 230 odd days in now, and, you know, this sort of, the way I'm viewing things nowadays in terms of I'm not focusing on not taking drugs and not drinking, I'm focusing on being a fit and healthy person, and then I automatically don't, you know, take drugs or drink. So yeah, that way of thinking definitely helps me in situations like this, where I am going to be in situations where, quite frankly, I would have been in my element before, you know, like getting on it and getting drunk and whatnot. But yeah, that's just a couple of thoughts that have been going through my mind a little bit in the background. I've been so busy, you know, which essentially forces you to be in the present moment. You know, if you're busy, you're focusing on what you're doing. So yeah, it hasn't been overtaking me at all. But yeah, I do constantly analyse my mind. So even if these thoughts are, you know, weak, and they're not necessarily dragging me down a dark place, I still analyse them, I still recognise them for what they are, because you know, doing that on a daily basis is what helps me stay on track. But yeah, let's get to this party. And we are back after a very enjoyable evening for Brian's surprise birthday party. He was very grateful that we showed up, and yeah, it was an awesome evening. It's funny, I was thinking a few times how I might have been acting a bit different if I was getting wasted, like I would have done years ago at a party like that. And yeah, just being, you know, too nervous to bother dancing or anything like that. And yeah, it just shows that years ago, you know, I never really worked on myself as much as I thought I did at the time. Back in the day, I'd go out and get drunk and think that I was turning myself into this really sociable person, when really, if you can't do it sober, then you haven't worked on yourself whatsoever. So yeah, enjoyable evening, no problem at all going to a party and, you know, not getting drunk. It was absolutely fine. But yeah, it is really late. I do want to get up really early tomorrow. I've got loads of editing and stuff to do. And Johnny Bamber's coming around to do the grouting on the patio. So it's going to be actually completely finished, which is awesome. But as always, thanks for watching. If you've got this far, feel free to say hello in the comments and we'll have a chat. But other than that, thanks for watching. I've said thanks for watching twice again.